The Glamrock animatronics are now out in the Endo series by Jazwares. In my last video, I reviewed Roxanne Wolf, you can see her in the back. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Montgomery Gator and the shattered version of Monty. The box is really the standard fare for the Endo series. You see you get the Endoskeleton, the full character here, and then an alternate version, in this case being the shattered version. And on the back here, you do see pictures of every other character this wave, as well as what is included in the box. Now, let's get him open. Per usual, you get the Endoskeleton, as well as a plastic tray of the alternate parts, and an instruction manual to showcase how to assemble it. Now, first, one thing I want to mention here about the Endoskeleton for Monty, this one is really accurate to the endos that we see in that section in the game where they're kind of like weeping angels and they're following you. And he has, you know, like the yellow wires under here and all that. That is different than the assembly from the Roxanne Wolf version of the Endo. I'll show up some comparisons on screen here, but yeah, that is really fascinating. And for articulation, I'm gonna kind of breeze through this just because I already went really in depth in the Roxanne video, but there's 2 points of ab crunch right here. The head does go up and down on a ball joint here, and it looks like there's a hinge, but I can't get it to work. The arms here are actually attached via a ball joint, but it doesn't move that much. There's no bicep swivel. You get that ratchet joint, you get a lot of up, and then that far down. Then there is the forearm swivel, and then it hinges, that's stiff, hinges inwards to 90 degrees. Then there is the hinge and swivel at the wrist, which is pretty average for Jazwares. And then, it's got a good lean to it. The legs do extend down ever so slightly, I think just to accommodate different heights. There is thigh swivel, full 360 there. The knees can go back a little past 90 here, and then on the feet there is a hinge and a swivel, and it can go pretty far in and that far back, so not too shabby. Now let's take a look at Monty in his original form. And fully assembled, he looks pretty nice. First, let's do some quick size comparisons. Here is the Shattered Roxy, so they're around the same height. There's Shadow Freddy, Bonnie here. So scale-wise, feels appropriate. I don't know, I feel like you could get away with being a little bit taller, but as I'd mentioned in my articulation segment, you can make the thighs a little bit longer here. He's about to fall over. His tail just saved him. Okay, cool. Another comparison I know people are going to want to see is next to his older action figure version by Funko, and as you can see, it's around a whole inch taller. The colors are very different. Now, of course, this one by Jazwares is substantially more accurate than this old one, and unlike Roxy in the last video, the keytar from the Funko figure does not fit in Roxy's hands, but the base does fit inside of Monty's hands here. Like I said, though, it is a bit undersized, but, you know, better than nothing, since unfortunately the Endo series does not come with any accessories. Articulation-wise, he's pretty solid, so the arms do go up around that far. They're blocked via the shoulder pads here, and the shoulder pads are really posable, more so than Roxy's. The head on a swivel, and it can actually go up, which is something people have been critiquing about the Endo series for a long time, because the old ones, they're pretty static. So he can look up and down slightly. If you have him open up here, the jaw, the jaw does open up a pretty decent amount. There is paint detail on the inside, and something I was really curious about, the sunglasses are removable so you can see his eyes. He looks a little bit dopey, but you know, what can you do? You can't really, let's see if you can do a resting position. Nah, not really, unfortunately, but you can still have the, this is going great. Like I was trying to say, you can have the glasses down still, and it looks fantastic. The hair is a bit rubbery, and it is actually a separate part, and it can be removed. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. And then the torso here, a really nice range of movement. That's fantastic. Not much forward or back. I keep breaking him. This is not Jazwares' fault. That's just me being silly. But yeah. Well, speaking of this area here, the tail is actually posable, so you can see there's some Oh, I just keep snapping that off. I'm just gonna review this separately. So there are hinges and swivels on each segment, or does it swivel? No, okay, it's just hinges. So that's a bit restrictive. So you can't really rotate it much to the side except at the base. But yeah, the fact that it's posable at all is fantastic. I was not expecting that, and it's a really pleasant surprise. For the legs, like I mentioned before, they can drop down, so you can make them a little bit taller or a little bit shorter, and then you get this much out, and then you can get this much forward, that much back. The knees, oof, that's kind of rough. And then almost nothing at the feet, just because the way his pants, like kind of bell bottoms are designed. The hands are really rubbery, so you can put stuff inside of them easily if you want to make them hold stuff, like the base. But yeah, posability wise, he's honestly a step up from some of the older figures, so you know, big kudos to Jazwares. Also, the paint application is really well applied. You can see like all the spots, the sort of leather skin pattern. It's really consistent, looks fantastic. Now let's get him into his shattered form. After a quick trip to Gator Golf and a boss fight with Gregory, this is what we are left with, and the shattered version of Monty here is gotta be the most unique Jazwares Endo Series figure, because just look at it, he's missing half of his body. But yeah, the articulation is still pretty good. You know, he's got some decent range of motion. The claws here, it's not just the standard Glamrock Endo hands from the base model. It actually has the claws, which is accurate to the game. So big bonus points to Jazwares there for noticing that. Then there's a lot of articulation on this arm because, you know, there's really no shell pieces. And then the face is, you know, pretty gnarled up. He has unique eyes that you put in, so he has a slightly different expression. And then the jaw can still open. And there's a lot of gaping open holes, which is fantastic, just like Roxy here, because unfortunately, some of the earlier Jazwares figures, like Foxy, they sort of had to improvise with the gaps instead of actually having the figures be hollow. And then the sort of tangle of wires here, it's not really posable, but you can change the orientation, so you can like unattach it and then have the wires face this way. But yeah, you can just recreate how he is in the game, just on the floor. I have a lot of memories of shattered Monty attacking me in the Fazcade, I believe. But yeah, he looks pretty cool. The paintwork is amazing, you know, pretty much as good as Roxy, but there is a little bit less of it because there's a little bit less of him, you know. He's half the man he used to be. But he does look pretty incredible. And I guess if you wanted a size comparison, here he is again next to Bonnie, and here he is next to the Funko Monty. So also seeing these two together is just making me hope that Jazwares will make a Glamrock Bonnie, because that would be an amazing figure. But yeah, that's really all I have to mention. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have one more thing you guys might be curious to see. Here he is next to the Funko Ruin Chica and the Funko Ruin Roxy, and these honestly make a really good pair. I know they're from technically different points in the story, but they still kind of match. But yeah, I still have Freddy and Chica to review, so if you guys want to see that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.